All right, welcome back to ChaatNChat. My name is Miguel.
I'm Josh.
And we are watching Hum Tum. This is part 3. And if you've missed the other ones, please be sure and go back to check part 1 and part 2. Just check the links down below. You can find the playlist to watch those and then come back and join us for part 3. And without further ado, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Be sure and turn on all the notifications and like button par tapamaro.
Yes, Karan.
Hey, hi Riya.
Don't hi Riya, me okay?
नाराज हो? ठीक है, मैं वापस घर चला जाता हूँ।
What?
बहुत भूख लगी है। खाने को कुछ मिलेगा?
What time is it?
मम्मा ठीक कहती है, अपना देश तो अपना ही होता है।
तुम्हें किसने कहा था कि पेरिस में रहने को? I'm sorry, Riya, I didn't mean.
बात ऐसी थी कि मैं इंडिया में रहती तो मम्मा और मेरे रिश्तेदार मेरी दोबारा शादी करने की बात करते रहते हैं। और समीर के जाने के बाद मेरा इन सब बातों से मन उठ चुका था। किसी के जाने के बाद भी प्यार थोड़ी ना कम हो जाता है।
True.
Yeah, I can understand that, Riya, but इसका मतलब ये तो नहीं कि तुम अपनी जिंदगी फिर से शुरू नहीं कर सकती. I mean,
Right.
you can't stop living, ना?
And he wouldn't want you to stop living either.
एक सही साथी का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, जो चाय की ट्रे पकड़ने से नहीं मिलने वाला।
हाँ, और अगर मिल भी जाए तो हम प्रिटेंड करते हैं कि यहाँ हम एक अरेंज मैरिज की मुलाकात के लिए आए हैं.
क्यों नहीं? सुबह के 2 बजे हम प्रिटेंड करते हैं।
2 a.m. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Late
He's
night
gonna make
discussions.
the list. I want to see the list start going down for Simanti.
जेन्युइनली कोई स्मार्ट सा आदमी अगर हो और वो तुमसे पूछे कि रिया, पेरिस में इतने साल अकेले रहने के बाद क्या तुम बॉम्बे में मेरे साथ एडजस्ट कर पाओगी?
शहर के साथ एडजस्ट करने से ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है लोगों के साथ एडजस्ट करना। और अगर 2 लोग आपस में खुश हैं तो बॉम्बे या पेरिस क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है?
True.
Wow.
Yeah.
Preach, girl.
और शादी के बाद तुम काम भी करोगी?
क्यों? तुम नहीं चाहते कि मैं शादी के बाद काम करूं?
नहीं नहीं यार, I mean I think it's great. मुझे लगता है हर औरत को काम करना चाहिए। और बच्चों के बारे में क्या?
क्या बच्चों के बारे में?
नहीं नहीं, तुम नहीं, तुम मुझसे नहीं पूछने वाली कि क्या मुझे बच्चे पसंद हैं?
हाँ, तो क्या तुम्हें बच्चे पसंद हैं?
बेहद।
Seems a little scripted.
Yeah, just a little.
मैं बहुत अच्छा डैडी बनूंगा। अगर मेरे जैसा कोई भी लड़का उसके सामने आएगा तो उसके टांगे तोड़ दूंगा।
Ah, see?
तुम्हें लगता है कि तुम अगर ऐसा करोगे तो तुम एक अच्छे पिता कहलाओगे?
तुम इतनी अच्छी माँ होगी कि अगर मैं बच्चों को थोड़ा बिगाड़ भी दूं तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
अच्छा, तो सारी मेहनत मैं करूं और सारे मजे तुम लूटो?
हाँ। बस इस फैमिली फोटो को कंप्लीट करने के लिए हमें एक छोटा सा कुत्ता रखना चाहिए।
और हम उसको टॉमी बुलाएंगे।
Tommy?
That's a terrible name for a
A
dog.
टॉमी की सैर की जिम्मेदारी सिर्फ तुम्हारी है, मैं ये सब नहीं कर सकता।
डन।
मैं सिर्फ खाने के टेबल पर बैठकर अपने प्लेट से उसे हड्डियां खिलाऊंगा कि ले।
No, don't do that.
और करने को है क्या? मैं बस मजे से आराम से अपनी जिंदगी जीऊंगा अपने बच्चों और
What
टॉमी के
about her?
साथ। और हाँ, तुम्हारे साथ भी। सॉरी।
There you go.
तो मैं बच्चे और टॉमी के बाद आती हूँ।
नो रिया, दैट वाज, आई एम सॉरी।
अगर तुमने मेरा नाम बच्चे और टॉमी के बाद लिया तो मैं तुम्हारे छोटे छोटे टुकड़े करके उसी टॉमी को खिला दूंगी।
अच्छा बाबा, अच्छा। आज के बाद बच्चे और टॉमी बाद में। मैं सबसे ज्यादा और हमेशा सिर्फ तुमसे प्यार करूंगा।
Oh, it stopped being kind of a story and was like more of a fantasy at that point.
अरेंज मैरिजेस के बारे में बात करना कितना आसान है। हमारी ऑलमोस्ट शादी हो गई थी।
We almost got married. Yeah, you should just do it, dude.
रिया,
हाय आंटी।
हाय बेटा, कैसे हो? तू तो और भी सुंदर हो गई है।
आंटी, मुझे आपसे कहना चाहिए।
Yeah, and she does not age.
आंटी, दिस इज फॉर यू।
Is it from
Her boutique.
her boutique?
Oh, from her
ये फॉर्मेलिटी तो
husband.
नहीं आंटी, दरअसल करण के पापा ने आपके लिए भेजा।
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
वो ठीक है।
He sends gifts, but he won't call her or talk to her.
मैं तुम्हारी माँ को कितना हंसाता हूँ और तुम आती मेरी मॉम को अपसेट कर। इसकी बातों में मत आओ मॉम, शी इज अ बैड गर्ल, आई एम टेलिंग यू।
करण,
व्हाट?
शट अप।
Ah!
आई होप ये पूरे 150 पीसेस ही भेजेंगे। पूरा कंसाइनमेंट चेक करने के बाद ही मैं पैसे दूंगी।
आई मीन उसे एक पीस से तुम कितनी गरीब हो जाओगे और वो कितने अमीर। आई मीन तुम औरतें भी ना ₹1, एक आलू।
It's important.
यार ऐसी छोटी छोटी चीजों के लिए झगड़ा क्यों करती हो?
करण, बात पैसों की नहीं है, उसूलों की।
Principle, yeah.
लेकिन मैं तुम्हारे साथ उसूलों की बात क्यों कर रही हूँ?
रिया, shut up. अरे मैंने तुमसे पूछा नहीं, तुम्हें मीर कैसे लगा?
अच्छा है, लेकिन मीर यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैंने सोचा हम सब साथ में लंच करेंगे।
हाय
हाय,
कैसी रही शॉपिंग?
हम शॉपिंग पर नहीं, काम पर गए थे।
Strike one.
लंच पर कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
ओह नो,
क्या हुआ?
लंच से याद है, मुझे डायना से मिलना है। सुनो तुम दोनों एक काम करो, तुम लोग लंच पे जाओ, मैं लंच के बाद तुम्हें कॉफी के लिए मिलता हूँ।
No,
I have to run.
Karan?
Sorry, bye.
Awkward.
Nerd.
Oh man, you can't force. Like the more you force, the more it's so weird. Doesn't work.
मैं एक ऐसी जगह जानता हूँ जहाँ बहुत अच्छी ग्रिल फिश मिलती है।
मुझे ग्रिल फिश अच्छी नहीं लगती।
तो कहाँ चले? चाइना गार्डन, दिल्ली दरबार?
वो मैं बोलना भूल गई थी, मम्मा घर पे लंच के लिए वेट कर रही हैं।
Oh, shut down. Denied.
वैसे तुम्हारे घर के पास एक डोसा डाइनर भी है। आज मेरा बर्थडे है।
Oh, if it couldn't get more awkward, now it is.
भूल गया है।
Karan is such a...
Yeah, that he is.
Anyway, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Still, it's so.
Such an awkward silence, too.
Happy birthday, dear me. Happy birthday to whatever. Come on. पता नहीं क्यों मुझे लग रहा है मैं कुछ और भूल रहा हूँ।
How dare you forget me?
डायना।
Diana,
Diana,
Oh, that look he gave Diana. Maybe Mir is meant to end up with her.
Maybe he brought her in to.
You must be Ria. अब मुझे ये मत पूछना कि मैं कैसे जानती हूँ कि तुम रिया हो? Happy birthday. ये कैसा birthday है? No champagne?
Now.
Oh,
I don't drink.
Wow. A man who doesn't drink and is man enough to say it. I really like your friend. I think he's cute.
Cute?
Yeah, you said that.
I नहीं तुम करते क्या हो?
मेरी एक कंप्यूटर कंपनी है, माइक्रो इंडिया। हम कंप्यूटर सिस्टम डिजाइन करते हैं।
No way. मेरे ऑफिस में सारे कंप्यूटर्स तुम्हारे कंपनी से तो आते हैं। Wiz Entertainment?
तुम विज एंटरटेनमेंट से डायना।
Ria's face is like, this is so entertaining. Let's get the hell out of here.
Karan, ये कितना boring गाना है ना?
awful song.
No way. I love this song.
मैंने पहली बार किसी लड़की के साथ इसी गाने पे डांस किया था।
Come, let's dance. Come, come.
Okay. Not the original plan, but it's working.
यार कौन कहेगा ये इनकी पहली मुलाकात है?
Karan, shut up.
so is he happy that they are clicking?
He's not, because he wants her to hook up with him to make her happy. Oh man, of course.
मीर एंड डायना, वो दोनों एक दूसरे से कितने अलग हैं, लेकिन पता नहीं उन दोनों ने एक दूसरे को कैसे पसंद किया। They're so different.
कि एक पति और पत्नी एक दूसरे से जितने भी अलग हैं, उतना ही उनके रिश्ते के लिए अच्छा है। क्योंकि जो कमी पति
Fill
में
each
है,
other's
वो पत्नी
gaps.
पूरा करती है, और जो कमी पत्नी में है, वो पति पूरा करता है।
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want so far apart that they're always at each other's throats either.
Seriously. Tell me about
Principles of Marriage by Ria. Love it.
मैं आज बहुत खुश हूँ क्योंकि आज मेरी सगाई हुई है, engagement। और मुझे और मिहिर को मिलाने में जिसका हाथ है वो है रिया।
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
अगर
I
रिया
think-
को मिहिर और मिहिर को रिया पसंद आ,
Yeah, she's gonna spill the beans.
करण ने तो पूरी कोशिश की कि रिया मिहिर को और मिहिर रिया को पसंद करे।
Yeah.
Oh,
And now she's
jeez.
gonna feel kind
Oh,
of used
jeez.
or played with, I think, you know, because she expressed to him that she was not interested and he went ahead and tried to do it anyway.
रिया?
How dare you, Karan? तुम इस तरह से मेरा मजाक उड़ाने का कोई हक नहीं बनता।
मजाक? अरे मैं तुम्हारी शादी की बात।
शादी?
मुझे लगा तुम और मिहिर एक दूसरे
मैं और मीर क्या करण? What's wrong with you? तुम ऐसा सोच भी कैसे सकते हो?
अरे मैं तो सिर्फ तुम्हें खुश देखना चाहता हूँ।
तुम्हें लगता है कि मैं मीर के साथ खुश रहूंगी?
क्या तुम मुझ जैसे लड़के के साथ खुश रहोगी रिया? Come on!
Maybe?
अब चुप क्यों हो गई?
Man, he just does not understand women at all.
Listen, Riya,
Don't follow me, Karan.
करण ठीक ही कहता था, एक लड़का और एक लड़की कभी दोस्त नहीं हो सकते, क्योंकि ये प्यार हमेशा बीच में आ जाता है। कब तक तुम दोनों अपनी फीलिंग्स एक दूसरे से छुपाते रहोगे? हाँ, अगर तुम करण के कुछ कहने का इंतजार कर रही हो तो forget it.
It's true, she is actually on the plane, too.
करण को मुझसे ज्यादा कोई नहीं जानता है। वो बचपन से आज तक हर साल मेरा बर्थडे भूल जाएगा, लेकिन तुम्हारी छोटी से छोटी बात उसे याद रहेगी। ये प्यार नहीं तो और क्या है? He loves you, रिया। वो तुमसे बहुत प्यार करता है।
Wow, did she really not see it though? I mean, how they've been acting. I guess if you
Yeah.
are in that way.
तो क्या मैंने कोई गलती की?
नहीं की।
अरे की ना, बहुत बड़ी गलती की, समझे?
समझा। आप यहाँ और वो आपके पीछे।
अरे ग्लास नीचे रख, लड़की के सामने पीते नहीं है, लेकिन मैं पी सकता हूँ क्योंकि मैं अच्छा आदमी नहीं हूँ। दे दे वापस।
Give it back. Oh, poor guy.
रिया, मैं अच्छा आदमी नहीं हूँ। चलो भाई।
Aww. That's adorable. Is this her fantasy or his?
It's her fantasy because she's the one that saw him, and they transposed what she views the older couple as, but them.
Oh, right. The piano player and
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so she's saying that that could be us, which I think is really sweet.
Okay, I think they're both feeling it.
They get the feels.
Oh. Oh, that got a little.
That was a little weird.
Yeah, a little bit. The pacing kind of went off a little. Oh my gosh, on the
Oh.
beach?
Oh wow.
Shacked up?
Yeah, literally
Yeah,
shacked
little
up.
shack on the beach.
Yeah.
रिया कहाँ है?
वो नहीं आ रही यार।
कोई झगड़ा वगड़ा किया उसके साथ?
No, she's just busy.
My ring.
Oh shit यार, मैंने गाड़ी में छोड़ दी। I just come.
ओह, चर्च में shit मत बोल यार। Shit.
करण? हाय।
Hi.
She looks great.
हम साथ आने वाले थे ना? मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रही थी।
हाँ, यहाँ थोड़ा काम था और just a second.
Oh, is he gonna be all. Oh, dude, come on.
उसकी टाई भी मैचिंग नहीं है।
What? That is.
That's one. I mean,
I've never.
हमने इतनी देर क्यों लगा दी?
Shoo, legs for days. I mean, I don't usually see people wearing that in church.
it's interesting. They're bouncing back and forth between.
मैंने उसे हमेशा के लिए खो दिया है।
मैं उसे कभी खोना नहीं चाहती।
क्या ये हमारे रिश्ते का अंत है?
या एक नए रिश्ते की शुरुआत?
Man, they need to talk about this because they are on two separate wavelengths right now.
You don't throw it at them.
They just clock them in the head with the bouquet.
Yeah, and usually it's your family that's following right after you. So you clock one of your family members who, could be a dude or.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. I can feel it.
It went down on the red carpet.
पहले तुम ही कुछ कहो ना करण।
I'm sorry, Riya.
Mm.
I'm really, really sorry.
About what?
हुआ नहीं होना चाहिए था. I mean,
He thinks maybe he took
मुझे
advantage
ऐसा
of
नहीं
her.
करना चाहिए था. I'm sorry.
He thinks of it as a mistake, and she.
But only because he's thinking of her feelings.
हमें शादी कर लेनी चाहिए.
तुम मुझसे शादी क्यों करना चाहती हो करण?
मुझे गलत मत समझो रिया. मैं
गलत तुम मुझे समझ रहे हो. क्या तुम्हें लगा जो हुआ वो गलत?
Yeah.
हाँ रिया, मुझसे गलती हुई.
He was drunk. He doesn't even know. Oh, man.
गलत वजह से शादी करके हमें एक और गलती नहीं करनी चाहिए.
रिया मुझे
नहीं
गलत मत.
कर. और कुछ कहने की जरूरत नहीं है.
He's not saying what he's truly. Just say you love her, dude, and
Oh, she wanted him to stop her. You know, in this meeting, when she came into Mumbai, nothing happened. Remember, like something always like falls and crashes? Because
Yeah.
the first time they met in Mumbai is when he came to the apartment.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing crashed or anything, right?
yeah.
मम्मा. मैं जा रही हूँ मम्मा. मुझे पता कहाँ.
She's just gonna run away.
मुझे अकेले जाने दीजिए मम्मा.
Hmm.
2 दिन से मैं देख रही हूँ ना तुम कुछ सुन रहे हो ना कुछ कह रहे हो. रिया की भी कोई खबर नहीं. क्या तुम दोनों में झगड़ा हो गया क्या? या just a minute, Sheila. Sheila, I'll have to call you back later. Karan,
Dude, if you're that depressed, you need to go talk to her. Oh my god.
फोन उठा रहे हो, दरवाजा भी नहीं खोल रहे हो. बिल्कुल अपनी बात पर गए हो.
आखिर बेटा किसका है? अंदर आ सकता हूँ?
No hellos? Not this is the weirdest.
This
It's
is.
been so many years, dude. Come on.
आप यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं आप?
सीधा एयरपोर्ट से तुम्हें मिलना है. कैसे हो? देखो बेटा, मैंने अपनी निजी जिंदगी में बहुत गलत फैसले लिए हैं, जिसके मैं पछताया हूँ. मेरे पास दुनिया में सबसे खूबसूरत, सबसे अच्छी, सबसे प्यारी बीवी थी, लेकिन मैं उसे कभी समझ नहीं पाया. जब इस बात का एहसास तुम्हें देखकर मुझे कभी एहसास होता है कि कहीं मैंने अपनी नाकामयाबियां तुम्हें विरासत में नहीं देती.
These are things he should have said years ago.
Yep.
लेकिन जब मैं रिया को देखता हूँ तो मेरा डर निकल जाता है. मुझे लगता है कि वो ही मेरे बेटे को मेरी परछाइयों से अलग कर देगी. कल पेरिस में रिया का टेलीफोन आया और उसने कहा कि वो हमेशा के लिए जा रही है, और उसने और कुछ नहीं कहा, और मैं सब समझ गया कि आखिर तू मेरा ही बेटा निकला.
That's sad.
मैं रिया से प्यार करता हूँ डैड, लेकिन वो मुझ जैसे लड़के से प्यार कैसे कर सकती है?
It's not up for you to decide. That's how she feels, you know?
17 साल पहले मैंने एक ऐसी औरत का दिल तोड़ा था जिसकी मुझे पूजा करनी चाहिए थी, और ऊपर वाले ने मुझे दूसरा मौका कभी नहीं दिया. और इतना जान ले करण, वो तुझे भी दूसरा मौका नहीं देगा.
Her glasses all crooked.
करण, कहाँ जा रहे हो बेटा?
आपका बेटा हूँ डैड. ये दिल की बात जरा देर से समझता हूँ, लेकिन अब जो समझ गया उसे ढूंढने में 17 साल नहीं लगा.
You better be Mr. Sleuth if you're gonna find her.
The way she said, "Where are you going, Karan?" Like, it made me think, don't leave me alone with this guy.
नहीं देता है. हमें खुद लेना होता है. जैसे मेरी बेटी ने लिया है.
हमारे बेटे ने लिया.
They have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, just a little 17 years.
Thanks. Oh, I'll have a cup of coffee.
Okay.
With very little milk.
Just
about 2 spoons.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Trying things a little different.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, she said she's gone.
Yeah.
Although she works quick.
Yeah. They're gone from the house. Somebody else is living there. Yep.
I don't know.
I
What you
don't
talking
know.
about? Dude, how long did it take him to get there? New tenant already has moved in?
Yeah.
So many chances they had. Like, so many chances.
Yeah.
Just pass
Yeah.
them all up. And then the one time that you want to run into each other, that's when it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Oof.
He's talking about his little thingy here. We're back to
Aw.
where he was. He started out.
बहुत से ऐसे लोग हैं जिनके रिश्ते इस बात पे टूटते हैं कि वो एक दूसरे से बात नहीं कर पाते। ये किताब, इससे मुझे दौलत, शोहरत, ये सब बिल्कुल नहीं चाहिए। मैं बस उसे बताना चाहता हूँ कि मैं उसे कितना प्यार करता हूँ।
And if he makes a little dedication part in the book, she'll read it somewhere, right?
Maybe.
तुम्हें लगता है कि वो तुम्हें कभी मिलेगी?
वो मुझे मिलेगी तो जरूर, क्योंकि ये जिंदगी बहुत लंबी है।
Mm-hmm.
जनवरी में बारिश।
It's raining.
जनवरी में बारिश नहीं हुआ करती।
Oh.
किताब पढ़ी? कैसी लगी?
एक दोस्त की याद आ गई। मैं उसे बहुत साल पहले मिली,
और फिर मिलती रही।
जब तक कि वो मेरा सबसे अच्छा दोस्त नहीं बना।
जब वो तुमसे प्यार करने लगा, तुम चली क्यों गई?
क्योंकि उसने मुझे रोका नहीं।
She did look over her shoulder too, and it's like, dude, that is your chance right there.
मेरे दोस्त के बारे में कुछ मत कहना,
तो फिर क्या कहूँ?
जो तुमने कभी नहीं कहा।
कि मैं तुम्हें बच्चों और टॉमी से ज्यादा प्यार करूंगा।
Mm-hmm.
नहीं तो मैं तुम्हारे छोटे 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 छोटे
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Ria.
Oh, timing is everything, right?
That it is.
Hey, ये लड़का कौन है? दीदी के पास क्यों है?
वो अभी अभी तो पैदा हुआ।
रिया, तुम इन लड़कों को नहीं जानती। पैदा होते ही जहाँ खूबसूरत लड़की देखी तो लाइन मारना शुरू कर देते।
He's got the hair too, and the wind blowing in the hair.
Yeah.
Great baby faces. So it was pretty cute. It was a cute story.
Yeah, it was a cute story after it kind of got rolling.
Is that it? That's it?
Yeah.
It's not really one that you have to dig in so much, but I really
Yeah.
like the narrative, how it was going on, because a phrase that I really like that people use when talking about development of kids and just people in general is that when you're making popcorn, not all the kernels pop at the same time. And it takes some kernels a little bit longer to develop into popcorn.
I like that. I
Right?
have not heard that before. I
Yeah,
like
they don't
that.
all pop at the same time.
Not all of them
It's-
pop at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of about timing. Some people need to go through certain things
Yeah.
to get to a level where they're going to be able to accept. And I like that this took a non-traditional approach to the whole thing. There was quite a bit about this that was non-traditional, and I like that in a way because it did show that not just it wasn't just him that had the wrong kind of views or just stereotypes of women. She
Right.
kind of did too, not to the extent that he did,
Right.
but I mean, he was just more boisterous about it.
Right.
And but you know, there were a couple things that were inexcusable that he did.
Yes.
But I do like that it showed some growth, that every time we saw him, he was just a little bit better based on
More
their
polished.
interactions.
Yeah, more polished. And
It was like he was learning lessons along the way after
Yeah.
meeting her and learn things. And
it would have been interesting to see a little bit more of those lessons that he learned. Maybe, you know, some of the disastrous relationships he had.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it was really key, not only his mom and dad, their relationship, but then also her mom. It still was, I didn't quite understand. Her mom said that she was also separated from her husband. And so I didn't quite understand where that was at. So it was interesting. And I do like the one element where his brother basically told her that she got lucky being able to find love twice in a lifetime.
yeah, I think it opened her eyes because hearing that was like, well, maybe like you're right. And I think it's what she needed to think, that maybe to analyze her feelings that she was feeling. Like,
Right.
why is she getting so upset by this? And same for Karan too, was he was getting super upset. And I think it was because both of them had feelings they couldn't understand. And especially in that moment, they couldn't really understand them. And then it led to that night and not understanding that because they didn't talk and they didn't talk it through. And then it was like, in his mind, he's always been that womanizer. And so he was like thinking, maybe I tricked her into this somehow, or I said things, I manipulated the situation.
Yeah.
And, so for him, he's like, oh man, I'm such a terrible guy. And like, she couldn't possibly like somebody like me. So I must have sleazed my way there. And then, not really fully understanding the situation. But this is a big thing on how words matter. And he even said that towards the end to his audience as he was closing up the book thing, is he's like, when there's something to be said, you just need to say it and say it properly.
Be more vulnerable and open up that communication and say what you need to say, and move forward from there, because sometimes that's enough to break the logjam or the dynamic that's going on that isn't getting you anywhere good. So that's
I also find it interesting. The one time that he thought he was being a good guy is the first time he went against his nature to always get the girl. So in his thing is he's like, I'm always doing the wrong thing by going after women, so doing the right thing must be me not going after the woman and trying to hook her up with someone else, when everything's telling me to hook up with her. But it's like, no, that must be the wrong thing. So it's like the first time he thinks he's doing something right is actually going against what he probably should have done, which is, like take her feelings and questions into consideration.
Right.
So I found that like an interesting twist. What I also liked is that the cartoon character set up the theme for their next meeting. So what the cartoon characters were either fighting about or talking about, the very next meeting that the two of them had seemed like it played back into what the cartoon characters were talking about. For example, is when they were on the boat talking about being friends, oh, you just can't be friends with me, something like that. The very next scene that we see them is when they had that big shakeup of like, oh, you're my friend, I can't possibly think that.
Yeah, and that whole thing of just being friends, I personally have heard that dynamic time and time again argued about. We can't be friends and it's going to get weird. It's like relationships are actually layered. So if you think about it, at least for me, if you can be friends and you're getting closer and closer and you really are connecting with a friend, if it moves on to that next level, what's wrong with that? And I just think that people, particularly when it's a guy and a girl, they're just like, no, you can't do that. It's all wrong. And I'm like, oh,
Well,
okay.
I don't know. I understand both sides. Do I believe guys and girls can't be friends? No, I think you can. But there is a very different kind of friendship that needs to be there. Like it is. It's a different kind of relationship. And you need to be, like, if that's ever going to work, you need to have really good communication skills. Not just with your friend, but with whoever you are dating or married to and that sort of stuff. There always has to be good communication, because I think that is also where a complication happens, because there's jealousy and all that. But
well, and you saw that with the father and the mother, his father and mother. Their communication just broke down. They stopped talking and they stopped communicating.
Well, I also think there's something else going on there. Like, again, it's timing is everything, right? Is maybe they're together much earlier than they should have been. Because it took him leaving and growing up separately and finding out who he is as a person. Maybe they got together much earlier than they maybe should have, because he seemed like he was being tied down and he saw that as a bad thing. But then when he realizes how much of a foundation that gives his personal life, because if you don't have a foundation, like, it's all rocky and whatnot. But okay, how much would you rate this?
I'm gonna give this a 7.
Okay. I feel like the IMDb rating on this one is pretty accurate. It is rated 7 out of 10, and that's also what I'm going to give. It is a good, probably like maybe a one-time watch. It was entertaining. I liked it. It wasn't as deep as or emotional, but there were some fun parts about it. I do like what it had to say about the relationships, and I'm glad that they went a direction where they called out his behavior A lot, because there was a lot of movies, especially from this time when this movie was released, there were a lot of movies that this kind of behavior of what he was doing was kind of accepted and almost idolized in a way. You know, we watched a movie, Garam Masala, and I mean, it was funny, had some really funny parts, but I think that there was just never any like consequences for any of their actions, and then up until the very end, it was still like, what the heck, dude? Like the whole thing was about you juggling multiple women.
And remember, I got rather upset about it because I'm like going, he's never learning. This is so immature and it's disrespectful
But you know, so I appreciate movies like this that also show the other side, which is like, hey, you know, like you're supposed to know what he's doing is not right. And then, you know, as he's learning and becomes less and less that way, you're like, oh, I like this character a lot more. And every time we met him again, I liked the character
a little bit better.
So that's what I thought. But so this is more the Saif Ali Khan that I know from back in the day, from a lot of the movies that I watched of him. But now that you've seen, I guess, a few movies of his, how are you liking him? Because he's one of my favorites, actually.
Well, I mean, I've seen him now in a couple of different roles. Very diverse, and he can pull it off. And I like that. So I think he's a
I like
good
his
actor.
style. I like his line delivery. I like kind of his body language is like pretty cool. Like he seems like a really cool guy. Just in my opinion, he just gives that impression. So
you know, if I think about it, like, you know, his first incantation, his first character introduction and everything, he did a great job at me really disliking him. So I'm like going, that's some good acting.
All right, well, you guys let us know in the comments what you thought, what would you rate it, and, you know, what other Saif Ali Khan movies should we see? And also Rani Mukerji. I mean, I'm going to do a call out for her. She did a really amazing job. Like, she can do emotional scenes so well. Like, it's just her eyes, the tears just feel real and raw. Like every time we see her and she gets emotional, you feel it. She doesn't need any lines or dialogue, you just feel it. So like Rani Mukerji, she is the queen of emotions in my opinion. So thank you guys for joining us here and watching along with us. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you did and you haven't yet, please consider subscribing, sharing, a like button par tappar maro.